Hello everyone. I was just thinking this morning of a situation from the other day. Me and my husband went down to work in the garden down at the farm in Clay County, and we had our little girl with us, and she's 2, and she was asleep on the way down there, and we saw like 2 or 3 deer. And when she woke up, I said, sis, you didn't get to see those 3 deer we seen on the way down here. And as we were leaving the farm that day, she looked at me and she said, Mommy, she said, I want to see a deer. And I said, well, baby, I said, just ask God about it. Ask God and let him know you want to see a deer. So that's exactly what she did. She started with a prayer and she said, God, I want to see a deer. And as we start driving the road, we found 4 all at once. We stopped, rolled the window down, let her see them. And then she looked at me again and she said, Mommy, she said, I want to see another deer. And this pattern, this situation kept going on and on for quite a while. When she would see another deer, she would ask for another one. And she kept asking and she kept asking. And the thing that blowed my mind is by the time we left that farm on that road, till the time we almost reached London, we had seen 26 deer. No joke, as real as I can be, we saw 26 deer. And I looked and I thought on that and I was like, God, what are you trying to speak to me about this? I think of that scripture, guys. It's in Matthew 18 and it's in some of the other gospels as well. But it says, unless we become as little children, we shall no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven. What are children? They're pure. They're innocent. They have the faith that when you tell them something, they believe it and they do it. They just have that faith that, okay, if you say the sky's blue, then it's blue, Mommy, right? That is what children do. They take our word and they hear what we say and they take it and they receive it by faith. They don't question, they don't doubt, they don't try to figure it out in their brains and their little minds. No, they just take it and they receive it as true. And I was thinking about how we are sometimes. If you've been in your walk with God enough, we should have enough faith that if he got us through one thing, then he's going to get us through another. If we ask him, he says, ask and you shall receive. If it be his will, he will give it to us, right? But somewhere along the way, doubts come, worries come. Well, Lord, I know you said this, but I don't know if you can do that. That seems pretty big, God. It seems impossible, God. And that's why he tells us we have to be humble as little children. And we say, God, I take your word. I take your word for what it is. If you said it, then it will happen. If you say that I can ask anything according to your will, then you will give it unto me. If you're close to God, you're not going to ask him for anything that's not his will. If you're like me, my prayer every day is, God, not my will, but your will be done in my life. Now, have I always followed his will, followed his plan? No. I wish I could say I have, but no, I haven't always. Sometimes I've went my own way, just like a sheep, he says. We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Every man turned into his own way. But I want to encourage you all today to humble yourself as a little child. To have that childlike faith, that faith in God that believes him and takes him at his word. If he promised you a child, guess what? I don't care if it's been 10 years or 15 years, it's going to happen. And you better die believing it, even if you don't see the fulfillment of it on this earth, right? Believe God and take him at his word today. He has good for you. His plans are good for you. But he wants us to humble ourselves as little children, to come to him as a little son or a little daughter and trust him with that childlike faith today. Be encouraged today. Ask and you shall receive. But we want to ask according to his will and his plan. And we don't have to try to figure out. When he tells us something, We don't have to try to figure it out. We just have to say, I trust you, God. I trust that if you spoke this to me, it will happen. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know all the other details of how you're going to work it out, but I believe you, God. That is the faith that he wants us to have, especially in this world that we're living in. We need that childlike faith to take him at his word and just trust him. God bless you guys. Have a great day.